Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. It is Friday where you're talking with Mr. Stephen Dow. And again, what makes this channel unique and why you need to subscribe, like, and comment. Yes, I said subscribe. I always forget to say that subscribe right now is because I have experts that come on and talk about different things and I can merge conversations together. So this is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to take a conversation I had yesterday with Jonathan Twomley, a huge syndicator who's doing huge deals. And we're going to work in this conversation with Mr. Stephen Dow. But before we do that, let's welcome him to the show and ask him to do his marketing spiel so we both don't get in trouble.
Okay, thank you again. Although I work very happily for Velocity Mortgage Capital, all the ideas and topics discussed on this channel, that of my own, and let's get it going, man.
Yeah, so yesterday with Mr. Jonathan Twomley, we had a great conversation about the 3 levels of risk in doing apartment syndications, right? One of the things about doing a syndication is you have a GP and you have LPs, right? Limited partners. If you're an LP, it is truly a passive investment. But you have 3 levels of risk. And we are going to talk about number 2 because I had never thought about it before. So just so we know, the 3 levels are the deal, obvious. And number 3 is the syndicator or the GP, general partner, general partner. Yeah, whatever. Principal, whatever. But there's a second variable that was very important. And folks, if you haven't watched the video with Jonathan yesterday, you have to. And that is the debt structure. A lot of the deals being done today are being underwritten with bridge debt, very short term. We're talking short term, like blew up Dave Ramsey short term. And I think people need to realize that, you know what, there is 30-year money out there for a commercial, for office, for apartments. You are a provider of that. You've given me 30-year money on a cash out refi on an office, which I didn't think was possible. So again, if you're looking at a big deal, either for yourself, I strongly suggest in the environment we are in, you at least consider 30-year money. I would underwrite the deal at 30-year money. Then if you choose to go get a 5, 7, 10-year ARM, I'll go for it. But at least underwrite the deal with 30-year money. It will be higher, but it will give you peace of mind. So what do you think about that? You're in the game, right? You go to these conferences, mezzanine, bridge, all this stuff. Man, it just screams risk to me.
Well, again, especially in the environment that we're in, that kind of risk isn't really the smart play, I would say, because, rates are going to be going up, not if, but when and how much. And so why stick yourself in a short-term fix and 6-month loan or what have you, because then now you're not going to get into a better loan. It's going to possibly be a higher rate at that point. So why not lock in, like you said, 30-year fix at a much lower rate? The risk, there is none, especially for 30 years. Yeah.
What I would tell folks, if you're looking at buying an apartment or office like I am, I'm looking to deploy like $2 million this year. I'm going to underwrite the deal with fixed 30-year debt. And, I'll compare and shop around, but I can tell you peace of mind is, that's the one thing I'm at. I won't grow as fast as lots of people, but I will sleep like a baby.
Well, I think nowadays rates aren't still too bad, given the fact they're even 30-year fixed relative to some of these short-term fixed, because especially on the commercial side, sure, the rates, again, if you're a rate chaser, might seem more advantageous, but the fact that it's a short-term fix and the amortization is either a 20 or 25 year, so the cash flow is not as well. So again, I think that whole data on the rent, as we did on the previous episode, I think that would be an interesting aspect as well. So I think that's another important factor as far as cash flow and the stability of the fixed rate for 30 years. So a combination of that, it's a pretty intriguing option.
It's funny because, again, people sometimes don't do the math. And it is amazing what would happen, your higher rate.
No, they do the math, but I think the scope of perspective is still somewhat short-sighted. You're like 50 years that you're doing. People are like 2 years from now, or, oh, you know what? My cash flow is good this year because they're only calculating that 6-month short-term, interest rate or loan. They're not doing, okay, are you only going to keep it for 6 months? Are you going to keep it for 2 years? Or however long that loan is? No. So if you're going to keep it longer, lock in that 30-year money.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, where I was going is, it was amazing to me because at least I will admit to having never done this before. I actually never compared a 25-year AM and a 30-year AM, right? Those extra 60 months. It was shocking. You gave me a rate on 30-year money that was, I think it was like a 1/4 point higher than I could have got elsewhere, but I would have gotten a 25-year AM verse and had adjustable rate mortgage. I think the payment difference was like $3. I'm like, for $3, I don't have to think about refining in 3 or 5 or
30
whatever
years.
years. I was like,
Right.
sign me up. $3 for peace of mind.
Well,
It was
I
pretty
think
crazy.
that's where when you have that kind of conversation with people, and you're able to present the right, perspective in a sense with the math. Once you do it all, it's like, wait a minute, okay, that makes sense. But when it's short-sighted with just rate chasing, because that's the easy sale. I got the lowest rate. I got the lowest rate. Yes, you do, 100%.
Yeah.
But then when you do the math and the cash flow and the
And
the
points
stability
and
of the rate,
fees and
right,
all this other
right,
stuff. Yeah.
and all the hoops you got to jump through and the length of time it takes and everything else, it's not always the best situation. So especially on the commercial side right now.
Yeah. So $3, I got a 30-year fixed. I got it done in 5 weeks, which most of that was the appraisal.
Right.
You asked for 3 pieces of paperwork. Really the only one that wasn't, the only one that was extra, which was valid, was the leases for people in the office. I'm like, well, that makes sense.
Right. Not your whole portfolio.
No, dude, somebody did that to me before. I was like,
I know you told me. You
realize my
by
leases.
the way, yeah, I need all the leases. So
I'm
you
like,
sent him 3 for the building, and he's like,
out.
no, all 200.
I'm out, because my lease is 15 pages long. You think I'm going to send you?
Right.
I'm going to have my guy send 3,000 pages of. I'm not doing that to somebody. Are you kidding me? Yeah, not after you told me you would never do that. That was the thing that gets me.
No, I know when you told me that. I'm like,
they make promises.
That's how it always. Yeah. Famous last words. Oh no, don't worry.
No, you're not. Yeah, you're not. Yeah. So again, the importance of 30-year money. So again, what I would tell folks, if you're one rental at a time family, you're like me, you're looking to shop, right? The market's going to slow down. Deals are going to be out there. I do believe that there are a lot of people doing today's with short-term financing that will become forced sellers. I've done this before. It has happened. You go get a deal, you cobble it together, you get over the finish line, you celebrate, but you've just signed up to lose money. Because what will happen in 12 months is the lender in a higher rate environment is going to refi the building. Because again, when the refi comes up, because this is bridge debt, they're going to re-look at the asset. And maybe you didn't get the rents that you wanted, or maybe the repairs aren't done. Maybe cap rates are higher. They're going to be great. Thank you very much. Now send us a check for $100,000 because we don't have the same value. And most people can't. Then you become a forced seller. Then you sell to a guy like me that's like, yeah, I'll take over the building, but I'm not going to give you what you want.
40 cents on the dollar.
I've done it before. So personal. Yeah, this is coming. I strongly suggest if you're a one rental at a time fan and you're looking at office, commercial, bridge, portfolio, blankets, whatever, 30-year money. 30-year money. You hear Matt?
It's definitely worth a phone call, because when you do the math, just look at what you're paying now. We'll pull up my mortgage calculator. You tell me, and we'll crunch it out, and numbers don't lie. So do the math. That's it.
So I expect a lot of you are looking at these deals. Please reach out to Stephen Dow now, this weekend, because you got to get a file started. You got to at least have the conversations. You got to get a yes or no, because he doesn't lend anywhere. He doesn't lend everywhere. He doesn't lend on all things. He doesn't lend in all cities. So reach out now so you have a partner, or he can say, sorry, I can't help you. Fast yes, fast no. That's what I ask.
Yes.
How do you want them to reach out?
sdow@velocitymortgage.com. Please leave the acronym ORAT, ORAAT, which is one rent at a time in the subject line. In the body of the email, if you can maybe give me a brief description of your scenario, at the very least, city and state of where the property is located, and then property type, mid-FICO score, desired loan amount, things of that nature, purchase price. Then I can just kind of put together the best response and cut down on the back and forth emails and phone calls. And then leave your phone number to be the best phone number to reach you back at, so I can call you just to make a quick phone call versus a bunch of emails. Other than that, keep trying. I apologize. We're getting a positive, overwhelming response, but there's only one of me in 24 hours in a day, and I've got stuff. But please, I'm calling people back from late December so far. Everyone's been very patient. And I think they understood, because through that time it was, the holidays,
end of year,
and recently, the COVID surge really affected our business as well. So it's just been a lot of kind of dealing with all the health issues. So thank you for everybody's patience. Yeah,
and again, folks, that's why I'm asking you to reach out today. If you have any interest, you're just shopping, call them, tell them what city you're in, tell them what you're looking at, all that stuff, just so you get a yes or no. Don't be surprised. Don't say, hey, I got a great deal, but Stephen can't help because it's a city or a type or a thing or a widget or whatever it is. Call, create a file. He's fun to talk to. Get ready, because he's like this with no caffeine. So he is just on. So
Pretty
I'm,
much almost
I'm,
all hours a day.
I'm expecting 10 or 15 people to reach out this weekend to get new files
Oh
started for
no,
next week.
I'm looking at several already right now. So, and this hasn't even been posted yet. So it's a lot of residual because some of the, I think people start to watch more and more of the videos and
Yeah, you have a playlist on the channel. There's probably 50 hours of material of you and I helping people. It's
easily. And no, they're starting to come around a lot. And so, and we're even getting people referring people from this channel. So it's
that's
like,
great.
they're really wanting to pass out, because it's just the right information and it's really helpful.
You help people, you do good work, good things happen. So
Yes,
I'm
sir.
happy for
That's
you.
all
And
it
again,
is.
you help me. I appreciate you. Thanks, buddy.
Likewise. Thanks, Mike.